I was so excited. I got too button happy.
I know it is exciting. Thank you everybody for being here. I'm Trisha Fugelsad, and this is part of my launch team for the Peter Meter book that is currently in pre-order. So, hello, and say hello in the chat if you've joined us live on the Teacher Goals channels. So we've got some people
New York.
popping in from New York. We're gonna go around here really quickly and say who we are and introduce ourselves. So again, I'm Trisha Fugelsad. I'm the author, illustrator, and animator for Peter Meter. And Erica?
Hi, I am Eric Sandstrom. I am a partner in crime of Trisha's for the Green Screen Summit last year, but also known as Green Screen Gal. So happy to be here.
Anita?
Oh, hi, Anita. There, can you hear me? Hi, I'm Anita Goodwin, and I am an innovation teacher in Indiana, and I'm also into green screen and have been at their conferences presenting, and I'm super excited to be here.
Yay. Tanya?
I am Tanya Coates. I'm from Southern California. I am a technology curriculum coordinator and a super fangirl of Trisha's, just FYI.
And Lexi?
Hi, I'm Lexi Daly from New Orleans. I am a technology coach and a reading group teacher in New Orleans.
Awesome. And Heidi?
Hi, I'm Heidi Samuelson. I'm a math and science third grade teacher here in West Tennessee.
Awesome. So I see so many people coming in from all around. Thank you so much.
It's amazing. We have Angola, we have Nigeria, Albania, I mean, India. This is incredible. And rural Illinois. Oh my goodness.
Awesome. So while we have everybody here, let me just explain some things about Peter Meter because it just got more cool this week than it was last week. And it is still in pre-orders, but when you sign up for your pre-order, you get some bonus items. And actually, do you want to show that pre-order image, Erica, in the opening? Okay, so in the pre-order package, you get an activity packet that's like 50 pages long. You get a robots with animated glow mini course, and I'll send you a autographed bookplate. And so when you get those things, the augmented reality is currently working now for all of the items. So that was still in progress last week, but now all of it is turned on, including that bookplate. So if you do sign up for the pre-orders, make sure you go and claim your bonuses at the bit.ly capital Peter's book website, and then you can get that really cool bookplate that comes to life right off your book, and then the activity packet with all the augmented reality. But the book itself, when it shows up, is going to be full of hidden treasures with augmented reality, and it has a 3D model of Peter that comes to life and helps you make decisions, and it's so cool. And we're going to talk more about the augmented reality next week, and I'm hoping we can get some of the experts on augmented reality to come and talk with us too and demonstrate some of that stuff. This week, we're going to focus on some reviews. So the launch team has an early view of the book, and they had a chance to write some reviews. And we're going to take a look at what they have to say, and then after that, we're going to meet the characters. And stick around because there is a game that we're going to play at the end and a chance for you to win a book. Okay, so let's get this show started. Let's see if I can share it this way. Yep. All right, so we're going to take a look at a review from Tanya.
Okay. So, I got to review the book, and this book just offers a remarkable fusion of cutting edge technology and classic storytelling techniques. Um, Trisha does a great job addressing emotions and presenting strategies on how to handle them. It engages readers while providing valuable life lessons throughout their journey. Readers are immersed in a vibrant augmented reality universe brought to life with lifelike robots where sincere and emotional narrative is taking place. This is an unforgivable reading journey, accentuated by clever rhymes, and it just sets a new standard of storytelling. I have always loved Trisha and her work. She has done a great job of infusing art and technology to create like magnificent like experience for students. I think this book is like a cultivation of her talents. There's so many jewels in this book. The augmented reality just adds like a new dimension to the book, and it kind of puts the reader in the book, where the reader can interact with the characters and connect to the central message. I don't know if you've ever saw the movie The Neverending Story. I'm kind of old, so I'm dating myself. It's basically about a boy who joins like the book characters, and by the end, he's able to like learn and apply what he learned from the book in real life. And I think this book does a great job of connecting SEL components and basically showing students how to understand their emotions and how to manage them. And I love the integration of STEM. I don't know, when you do read it, the robots do a great job of explaining like some STEM, I don't want to give it away, but some STEM components. And I totally see like after extension activities with this book. So, there's some rhyming components, and I'm always a fan of rhyming components. So I'm going to stop right there because I could talk forever about this book, but it was a great, great book.
Oh, I am so glad I asked you to review. This is so awesome, Tanya. I appreciate that so much. Amazing. Um, let's see. There's some people that sent reviews and couldn't attend, so I'm going to just read those. We've got Sarah MacGyver says, Peter and Meter is beyond cool. I remember when books were boring and you had to imagine them coming to life. Wow, for real. I love that. Heidi, you're next. Oh, we can't hear you.
See, hashtag COVID is over. I'm not used to unmuting. Oh, I love this book. I love the augmented reality that comes to life with this book and the characters. And it is so relevant to what we're teaching in science in third grade, like this little circuit with Anita tune up and how the kids can figure out how to create circuits and how they work together to solve problems, the social emotional discussion starters. It's just an all around great book for the students, and I feel like it's going to last the whole year long. It's going to be up in the room. We're going to be able to go back to it all the time. The robot name attic, the robo name attic is going to be one of my first week activities with the students so that they get to name themselves as robots. And I just think it's going to be a great way to help bring the computer skills that we're asking, the computer science connections that we're being asked to use now in third grade back to life, and just bring the book off the page for those students. I can't wait to see what they discover.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So she was referencing a game from the activity packet where you can come up with a name for your robot, and it introduces prefixes and suffixes. And there's other games in there too. Love it. And when you were talking about words like vocabulary, I think that there's a lot of connections for computer science in that the Peter has physical responses to emotions, and there's things that happen in his body, and so the vocabulary is connected to machinery and computing, and you'll just see a lot of like puns in there that would help the kids, with discussion about what are these words and what do they mean. Thank you so much. And Celeste couldn't be here, so I'll read hers. She said, book lovers, check out the newest book innovation. Images pop off the page with Quiver Vision Next Level. So Quiver Vision powers the augmented reality in this book, and they have two kinds of augmented reality, a 3D model like you can see in this photo, and it's an interactive model, so you can click through the e-motion panel on Peter and see different expressions played out on his face and in an animation on his panel, and it's connected with music. And there's also text that you could read or hear a voiceover explaining more about that emotion. So that is next level. And the other kind of augmented reality in the story is two-dimensional, and that's when the illustrations come to life. And you haven't seen that part yet, and I'm excited to share. All right, let's see what's next. Brian wasn't able to be here. He said, who said you can't judge a book by its cover? And so the cover of the book and the back cover and all these different amazing little surprises might happen when you start scanning the book for augmented reality. Lexi, let's hear from you.
Okay, hopefully I'm in a better place where it won't start spooling again. But I have another quick review. A robot who gets his button pushed. Images that come to life. This book is moving in every way. I love a good pun and double meaning, and those little plays on words, the acronym of Peter's name. I love all those like literary connections in addition to the other SEL and STEAM connections. One of my favorite activities that I look forward to doing is the art activity of drawing your own robot that we did in the last meeting. I think my students will adore that. And I did take the cover with me to ISTE when I was presenting, and I had a lot of teachers test it out, and it was just really fun to share. And teachers responded to the Peter getting his buttons pushed, and that was a lot of fun to see people interact with it.
I love that. Thank you so much for bringing that to ISTE. That's really exciting. Let's see. Where am I? I'm over here. Sandy Wiseman couldn't be here today, so her review says, when readers connect with a book character, they learn more about themselves and develop empathy for others. The little robot Peter O-Meter will help children explore the range of emotions that they can feel in a single day, from worrying about a friend to needing to calm down after recess. The brightly colored full page illustrations and the exciting AR effects will encourage kids to explore their own feelings in a fun, engaging way. So Sandy is she's also a librarian in West Virginia, if I remember correctly, and I'm excited to imagine this being on her shelf and sharing it with her students.
Trisha, we have a question. What is the theme of the book, and can you give us a background?
Certainly. So in the story, Peter O-Meter has a newly upgraded e-motion panel, and it's not fully calibrated. And as he goes through his day, he needs help figuring out which button to press for the different emotions that are sort of brewing up inside of him. So the reader then at that point helps him make a decision about what is the emotion that he might be experiencing. And so they have to identify, label, and then they could use that 3D model in augmented reality to try to press through the buttons and see what is appropriate and look for clues in the story, and go through and help Peter through his day and hopefully empathize as they go. Thank you for that question. I probably should have started that way. Let's see what's next. We've got Anita.
Hi, I just love this book. I'm all about robots, and it's the theme of my innovation classroom. We have a lot of robots, so I just thought that was so cool that I'm going to be able to use this book in my classroom with all my students that love robots too. And they're always asking, can we make a robot? Can we make a robot? And we have done different things with them in the past. So I'm excited to connect a lot of the things that will be from Trisha's book. But I just love all the little details that she put in there that are sprinkled throughout. Things that are like the little R2D2 soap dispenser, and along with the story, she has all just really creative ideas that she has sprinkled throughout the book. So I'm super excited to use this in my STEM classroom, and I think the kids are really going to like doing a lot of the activities, and that will help me so much with my lesson planning. With having K through 6 students, I have a lot of different lessons to plan, so I'm excited to do some different things with each grade level. And I don't know, I just really love Peter O'Meter book.
Aw, it's so sweet. And what we're seeing in this animation is this my behind the scenes work of designing a animation for the Magna Mover, is what we called it. It's a recess playground. What do you call it? It's like
Equipment,
something.
equipment.
Yeah. Okay. So I was trying to think while I was designing the story of what kinds of equipment would be appropriate for robots to play on at recess. And so I had some really fun ideas, and I had to think about, in this case, of course, why would they be on a Magna Mover? How does that work? That's a fun discussion to have.
I did forget to mention that I love that I have a robot named after me too in the book. Or there is one named Anita too now.
Which is the perfect segue for what we're doing next. We're going to meet the robots. So let's get out some paper so that you can take some notes on these robots, because there is a game coming up at the end. So let me get this started. I think I was muted. Sorry. All right. So it's time to meet the robots. There are 9 robots in this story, including, some classmates, a teacher, and actually there's more. There's the parents, and I didn't include them in this little segment. But we're going to go through and meet the robots really quickly. And then I'm going to ask you to do a little guessing game at the end. And the winner will be the person who gets the most right in the chat will win a buck. Peter O'Meter buck, not just any buck. We're kind of here for Peter. Let's take a look at, there's the reminder. Yeah, stick around for the book, the giveaway. And I also had another reminder. You can meet all of the characters for the book in the activity packet. So that activity packet is available when you pre-order. You go claim it on the website, and then you can have it immediately. You can have it today. And then you could also ask me to send you a signed book plate, which also comes to life with augmented reality, like we said before, which I'm super excited to do. All right, so who are these robots? Starting with Peter. Peter, like we said, I think, Lexi, you mentioned that the name Peter is really an acronym. So Peter stands for Programmable, Empathetic, Touch-Sensitive, Emotional Robot. A little hint about who he is. And I'm not going to read all of it in the discussion questions, just a really quick view of who we have here. This is Anita Tuneup, and she is the teacher. She's a robotics teacher, and I really love, like, everybody has a backstory in this book, and I have hopes of being able to tell everybody's story fully one day. But just a little hint about Anita Tuneup is that she has a hoverboard because she likes to, like, hover around the classroom, checking on the kids, and she hovers at the playground, making sure everybody's good. Instead of carrying a first aid kit for the playground, her recess duty, like we do at school, we have a first aid kit. She carries a toolkit, of course, though. Little things like that. And she does live at school. That is her thing. There's a little partition. She lives behind the wall. So this is Analog. Analog is a projector, and she always wants to put other people in the spotlight. That's her personality. This is Ella Tronic, and Ella Tronic is really into electricity. You know, she is the robotics club president at Tinkertron School. Here is Microwave, and Microwave, he's a good friend to have around. He'll heat you up some snacks if you need to, and he doesn't think that any child should go hungry anybody, should go hungry at school. Ionization is super friendly and bonds in his friendships tightly, and he's very rarely alone in his element. Maggie Nuttick, I'm going kind of fast, aren't I? Too fast, you can stop me. But Maggie Nuttick is, she monitors the situation. She has all these gauges, so she's, always checking on location, temperature, precipitation, wind, and she plays a theremin. Did I say that right? Does anybody know what that is? Theremin? Yeah. So it is a magnetic instrument, and I watched a video about it, and it's super cool. So when you scan these with augmented reality, their theme song plays. I forgot to mention. It's pretty cool. So you could hear her theremin theme song play when you scan her. Here is Reggie Later. So Reggie Later is kind of on it all the time, making sure that you are, plugged in, recharged, reboot when you need to, kind of like making sure that everybody's in good working order at all times. Argylapbot is a little different. He's a pirate-themed robot. Kind of just does things differently. He has a telescope for an eye, and he speaks in pirate. And he celebrates September 19th, International Speak Like a Pirate Day. Do you guys know that? Do you celebrate it also? And all of the pages in the activity, or all of the robots have their own coloring pages in the activity packet. But those coloring pages aren't the special ones like the Peter one. Peter is the one that calls up, Peter's coloring page calls up the 3D model of Peterometer, where you can interact with him and press his buttons and figure out all of his emotions. The other pages are just pure coloring experiences. All right, so this is a little hint of what that 3D model looks like. I was able to take a screenshot of it as it was standing on top of that coloring page, but it also could have your coloring. So when you color it, it comes to life with the way you colored it. But then there's the option to make it look like the way I colored it in the story. All right, it's time for the game. In the chat, hopefully you took notes. Go ahead and tell me, these are the 6 robots from my students. I'm an elementary art teacher, and I taught robot drawing and animation to my students who were 5th graders at the time. And when I was looking for inspiration for these characters, I went through my 5th graders' artwork and I picked out these 6 to turn them into characters for the book. So there are definite connections between these robots and what I ended up creating. So in the chat, tell us if you can figure out these robots, and the person who can get the most correct will get that book. And I don't know if I can.
Team, I need help from all of you. Just shout out the names of people who are getting it right, because I'm keeping track over here.
Okay. So so are any of the artists that helped inspire this in the chat? Go ahead and tell us that you're here. So Rachel, Peter, Emily, Charlotte, Leilani, Casper, it'd be awesome if you're here. Just pop in and say hi. But they definitely inspired a lot of the creative things that kids are where I get my inspiration. If you ever want to get inspired and come up with a plan for something creative, bounce it off of children. That is always what I do. And I get the most amazing feedback and crazy off the wall, out of the box ideas. And I think that's what's so wonderful about working with children is they're not limited, where I'm thinking, well, I don't have the software for that, so I can't do that. But they're not thinking that way. They just come up with anything. So people here in StreamYard, go ahead and unmute and talk to me. And while people are putting their answers in the chat so that we could.
Yes, everybody. So if you see Rachel's there, which robot is that? You have to remember all the names.
Hopefully you took notes.
Yeah, that's how you play the game.
Should I go backwards and show you the maybe
Let's see if anybody answers.
Let me go backwards.
They're probably going back in the video just to check, but
that's possible. It's this page will be helpful, but you won't be able to see this page, which is what you need to see.
Oh, second row, middle robot, third one. Okay. Do you know their names?
Second row, third one row. Okay. So Mary has some guesses. So, all right. As you think about that, does anybody in our panel have any thoughts they want to share about these robots and their backstories?
Well, I definitely know Emily, which one Emily is, but I'm not going to say the answer.
I'll say what I said in the chat. These character sheets would be a great either pre-reading or post-reading center or activity posted around the room for students to go with their iPads and get to know the characters a little bit better. I thought that would be a really cool thing to do with these.
That would be. Yeah, I was thinking about in a classroom setting, when you have the activity packet, before you read, there is a section in the activity packet where you are ready to guess which button to press on paper, and then you explain why. So I was thinking, if every child had that paper in front of them as you were reading, then you pause at the moment that a decision needs to be made in the story about what button, and the child could just reflect at that moment and think about what button matches, what emotion matches that scenario. And then, there are no wrong answers, because why they felt that way is important to know too.
So I think we have one person, Karen Stocks, who I know very well. She came to our Green Screen Summit. Remember, we loved her.
Yes.
Bottom left is microwave. Bottom
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte. Yes. So we have a correct answer. So
awesome. All right, Karen. Good job. Should we reveal the answers? Maybe we've waited.
Yes, we might as well. I think she's the only one that said something, and somebody else was working on it. So Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, here we go.
Congratulations, Karen.
Okay, so let's see them side by side. Hold it, that's not what I wanted. Nope, this is it. Okay, side by side. So Leilani's robot inspired electronic, so it goes top, bottom. Charlotte's robot inspired microwave. Peter was regulator. Rachel's is magnetic. Casper is ionization, and Emily's is Arculate. All right, so thank you so much for participating, and Karen, congratulations. Okay. So thank you so much for that. And you're talking about wanting to leave a review. If there's anybody else that wants to do a review for this book, please reach out to me. I'm Trisha Fugelstad. You can find me at FugelFun on Instagram, Trisha Fugelstad on Twitter. And you can contact me and I can set you up so that you can leave a review for the book too. And I think that unless anybody has anything else they want to share, we might just be wrapping it up. I want to make sure that you know where you can do your pre-ordering and get that activity packet, because the fun can start even before the book arrives. Okay, any last thoughts before we close out?
I just want to make sure I'm putting up the right thing. So pre-order bonuses are at the teacher goals /Peter/Ometer. And then the pre-order can also be at bit.ly
right.
full word Peter / book. So they both work.
They both work.
All right.
Absolutely.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
So we're going to say goodbye. I'm going to stop. If I stop screen share, then we would show up better. There we go. All right. So we're going to close out and you're going to see the pre-order bonus stuff, but have some fun. And we're looking forward to hearing more about Peter Meter and if you like it. All right. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Trisha. Bye, y'all. Sorry.